figured out. Okay, so algebraically defined inverses, what you're going to do is you're going to complete 4 steps. The first step is to switch x and y. For example, if we have y equals x plus 8, we are going to switch x and y, and so we get x equals y plus 8. Part of the reason that you're switching is because your domain and your range switch. Okay. Step 2 is to solve for y. So how would I solve this for y? Subtract 8, somebody said. So x minus 8 equals y. And the last step is to denote answer with y to the negative 1. If you think about it, sine, inverse sine on your calculator is sine to the negative 1. Cosine is the same way. Tangent is the same way. So inverses are going to be this way. So our answer is y inverse is x minus 8. Taylor, did you have a question?
Yeah, okay, so for step number 2, how can we switch it back?
I solved for y, so I moved the 8 over. If you think of inverses, you're doing the opposite operation. In our original equation, we were adding 8, correct? In our inverse equation, we are subtracting 8. So let's try a little more complicated example. What if we have y equals 3x squared plus 1? On your own, do the first step. Our first step would be switch x and y. Questions on that? Okay, on your own, solve for y. So do step 2. Get y all by itself. Most of you are done writing. So what was our first step here? Okay, so we got x minus 1 equals 3y squared. Okay, how many of you divided by 3? How many of you took the square root? Okay, if you take the square root of this side, you have to take the square root of 3, which is a decimal. Or you can leave it as the square root of 3. But if you do the square root, you have to do it of both parts there. So I'm going to divide by 3 first. And get x minus 1 over 3 equals y squared. Now what do we do? Square root. That is the most common mistake made, is people will square root too soon. So step 3 is to do what? Put the negative 1 on it to denote it is your inverse. Questions? Comments? Try another one?
Yeah.
All right. So if we have y equals the square root of x plus 4. Hello. See lots of different possibilities. So, come on, little fella. Okay. So first, you switch x and y. Questions on that? Then, do you move the 4? No. What do you do? Square it. Then, what do you do? There we go. And denote your inverse. Remember, when you are solving for a variable, you do the opposite order of operations. Not the same, but the opposite of order of operations. So you do it backwards. So that's why we squared first before we subtracted. Wait, no. Squaring comes before. Yeah. It just depends on the problem if you're going to do opposite of order of operations. All right, questions? All right, kids. Beautiful job. Beautiful job.